Ain't it crazy how someone could say something to you and you take it very offensive, and they come at you in a way like you're the one that's wrong because you're not supposed to get offended, and they said it so clearly, and they were so disrespectful to the point where you know that it was like they what they really meant. And then when you check them or try to tell them what they did that you did not like, and you're saying that I'm not like that and don't talk, and they're trying to flip it out on you and make it look like that you're the bad person, and make it look like that, hey, you're taking it way out of proportion, and it's like, yo, you need to chill. Be careful with those people, because 9 times out of 10, those same people, they just realize that you caught on to their game. You caught on that, hey, you're just not, you know, I'm not a stepping stone. You let them know, hey, I'm not what you really think that I am. It's crazy how, especially in these times now, like I said before, and I stated in previous videos, most people, they're so messed up in the mind, they will really do their best to just disrespect you and be funny. And they think it's funny because you have to understand too, a lot of them too, they're very insecure. That person that you see that's 6 feet, who's built nicely, ladies, those who's built, and you think nothing could be wrong when they look so perfect, have insecurities about themselves. Vice versa, fellas, ladies, you see that girl that's real beautiful, that's well nicely built, she's beautiful. You're like, wow, she's supposed to be in the magazine. I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of them got insecurities too. I come across a lot of them all the time, and I communicate with these people all the time. And they'll sit there and literally disrespect you and make you feel some type of way. And you question yourself, it's like, yo, I'm not saying only them, but it's just people overall, an example. But this video, before I get into the video, I'm going to introduce myself. This is your best friend, best friend. And I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. And today we're going to talk about, don't ever let someone who disrespects you tells you who you are. Yes, think about it. Most people will tell you how you are and how you acting after they just disrespected you, and you question them like, yo, before you done check them and tell them, and then now after they try to tell you, oh, you're this, you're that, you're emotional, you're difficult. Because you know why? They're saying all this because they can't take advantage of you. They can't talk to you any type of way. They notice that, hey, you don't need them. You caught on to their energy. You caught on to their communication. You caught on to that fact that you know that, hey, you're talking junk about me. I got you on notice. But one thing that, about this life, this beautiful life that we can talk about and you could bring up is karma. Understand, when you decide to just let people go and don't, and you done told them, hey, what you're doing and what you're saying is disrespectful, and you check them, people don't like that. Especially narcissists, they don't like that. And then when you ignore them and you stay away from them, that's when all the rumors will come. They'll talk behind your back. Any little thing that you say, little thing that you do, anything that you bring up, even just your presence, they hear your name, it just triggers them. I know for me, I know my life, yo, just for me just saying, hey, trying to just reason with them, they just trigger and just make it a big deal. They talk behind my back all the time. Hey, it's all right. I get it. It's okay. But guess what? One thing you ain't gonna do, especially in front of my face, is disrespect me. I don't care who you are and how you trying to explain to me and tell me, oh, you take it out of, no. Because you have to understand, boundaries Boundaries. Boundaries. And a lot of people, that's what they don't, especially in this world, they don't get boundaries, yo, you know? It could be something just as little. You can be walking by, you can just be standing here, chilling. And somebody will just, they have all the room in the world they can walk, but they'll choose to walk near you and grab something, don't even say, excuse me. And then the minute you're like, yo, you look at them in some other way, it's to the point now, especially in this generation, they'll feel very disrespected, like, why you overreacting? Oh, then you mad. You're this, you're that. But you just reached over me and almost hit me and I don't even know you. Or even if I do know you, you're reaching over me and don't even say, excuse me. And you're checking them. Excuse me, say excuse me. I seen that happen. Actually, it was over the summertime, beginning, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I look at this dude, I'm like, yo, this dude, I respect him. This one guy, it was raining, and I get it, that it's raining, and then you don't wanna, you know what I mean? You wanna stay dry. It's an example, and I'm very observant, you know, especially if you catch my attention. The dude just passed by, I think he was with his wife, or somebody, his spouse, whoever he was with, I can't say who it is. Did not even say excuse me, almost stepped on the person. The person was just standing there and he had all the room. The person just looked at him and just kept on walking. So the dude who was standing there, he looked at him and just like, say excuse me. He went right in his neck and say excuse me. Now I'm not condoning violence or anything in that type of aggression or anything. And the dude caught his attention, was like, oh, excuse me. He said, that's how you do it. You say excuse me. And I looked at the dude. I'm like, not saying that, you know, I'm waiting for anything to happen, but it was just the bravery of that dude checking him like, yo. I'm with him, like, yo, say excuse me. And I catch myself in certain positions like that, but times like that, you know, sometimes it depends. Like, I had people that, even when I'm at the gym, they just reach over, you almost hit you. And it's like, I know me personally, I'll say excuse me. But what does it take common courtesy and respect towards your peers and tell them to say excuse me? You're reaching over someone you don't know. And this is the problem with the society now. When you check people and telling them like what they're doing, and it's to the point now, it's a trigger now. It's like they don't see that anything they're doing is wrong. If anything, they'll come back and do it again. They'll come around you again. And it's like so much like they're doing it on purpose. And a lot of people, especially when you get into conversations, and like I said about the video before, they'll question you about an opinion. You'll talk about getting into conversations, and you're going toe to toe with this person, and because you have your view, they'll have their view. And that person who's so emotional, they'll come and attack you and say, "Oh, you're emotionless, and you're disrespect, you're this and that." That's why. But forget that we're just having a discussion, or we're just having our opinions, and then they'll start name calling, start yelling at you, and then you check them like, "Look, bro, excuse me, just whoever you are, we're just having a conversation. There's no reason to be disrespectful. Respect me, and I respect you." And then, oh, you know, you're taking it out of proportion. You're being sensitive. This, that, and the third. I'll just tell them my opinion. Yeah, but we can discuss our opinions and go back and forth without disrespecting each other. It's just an opinion. Today's society, you can't do that. You have to be careful, because this is where the disrespect comes in. This is where, you know, people will come at you and make it look like that you're making it more than it is. And because they're not, you know, emotionally intelligent, they want to, you know, disrespect you or say something very insult you and say certain things, even though if it's not true, but you're just checking them because you may have to come around this person. You may have to be around this person a certain amount of time. And they just feel like, okay, they can say certain things to you because that's how they feel. And they feel like they can do that. Me, what I do, I'll just cut the conversation short. I won't even go forward. I had a scenario few years ago, a couple of years ago at that, where somebody I was joking around with, and obviously they're all women, and I'm joking with them. Obviously, I'm talking to you because I like you. You're a female, and these people are trying to accuse me that I'm gonna be honest with you, trying to accuse me that you're you're gay because I was saying something to you and I didn't say pause because this is New York slang, and then you say I'm that. So I said, why you say that? Because you ain't say this, and where I'm from, they don't do that. I said to them, first of all, I'm not them. I'm not gay. Not that I have anything wrong against people that are gay. I work with them, but I'm gonna let you know I'm not. I don't swing that way. But I get to the fact that I'm joking with you. But for you to say something like that to me, and you know that obviously you know I'm not because you see me at the time I was engaged with talking to the other female. She was coming to see me, but they kept on being disrespectful, kept on going on and saying little slick things. I cut the conversation short. The next day, I usually bring stuff, for everybody. I ain't bring anything because there's a fine line of being disrespectful, and they thought it was funny amongst them. But it's to the point now when you joke around with people and you say certain things, and you're just around to you just around. They feel like they can disrespect you and say anything they want to say. Now, those couple of days that I had to, be around them, they seen that I distanced myself. I didn't even conversate with them, even though saying, look, I stayed away from them. And I brought it to somebody's attention. I told them what they did, and they're like, oh, they just doing it probably that. But still, there's boundaries, yo. You know what I mean? I know who I am, and that's how rumors come across. And even though I don't care about rumors, but at the same time, I don't know you like that. Just for me joking with you, and you was laughing about it too. You know what I mean? So, and they see me how I was engaging, but where I'm going with this is this. There's boundaries. And don't ever let nobody try to tell you, and that's what happened. They were like, oh, you're sensitive, you're this, or maybe that's how you really, you can't win. So like I said, don't ever let nobody disrespect you and then trying to tell you who you are as a person. That's not who you really are. You just have boundaries. Alright, so if this video resonated with you, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.